Okay, great. Namaste, everyone. So here we are for the part two of this video. We stopped at the devatas for the last video. We'll continue from where we left off, actually. So devatas is also a very powerful way to attract wealth into your life. I cannot emphasize this enough. It's a very extremely powerful way to invite new energies of wealth and all that in many powerful ways. I think Dr. Pai in a previous video on yogas, which we just made recently, so in that video, he explained about the past karma being expressed through the plants and flowers and so forth can show you the past karma in many ways because trees have been there around for a long time, all that. So definitely the growing the plant tree linked with that particular graha can activate that. However, if you connect the devatas linked with a particular graha, it can open up new, much more wealth energies in a much more powerful way. So let's look into that a little bit more actually. Here you have very interesting and a mural where you have Ganesha surrounded by many devis actually. So that's an interesting and a mural also. So let's see. So anyway, the sacred space and puja room, which is a Jeevakaraka kind of thing, becomes a very important space for you to actually improve your wealth energies. This I cannot say that enough. Your altar space, your puja room, your home mandir is the most sacred space in your home. This is the place where you have kept statues of gods, goddesses, and other spiritual sacred items. This space would act as your home's primary energetic center for attracting wealth. So you can look at this space as inviting higher dimensional spiritual energies, which will eventually flow into your lower dimensional material energies kind of thing going on. And every detail involved in the space will impact your wealth. It's extremely powerful thing in many ways. And this is a very pure Devakaraka kind of thing going on. Now, very lot of remedies exist on this front actually, on the altar and all that. So first of all, try to avoid keeping statues of gods and goddesses directly on steel, glass, concrete, or marble, stone and all that. Usually, it is always recommended to keep the god statues on wood kind of thing, especially natural wood like jackfruit wood or pine wood. Instead, for the statues to rest is actually highly recommended. Now, what happens when you keep the higher dimensional spiritual energies of God statues on, say, a stone or steel or glass or concrete? Whatever this category of items, this particular base is basically Shani-like in its essence. It is a stable energy. What happens if you keep these statues of gods and goddesses on wood? Wood is essentially something that came from a plant or a tree that grew. Wood is directly linked with moon energy. So if you keep the statues of gods and goddesses directly on wood, you will actually see the energies of gods and goddesses are actually growing. If you keep the energies of gods and goddesses directly on granite and steel and all that, it will be fixed like that. It will just be stable there, kind of thing going on. And to even improve that further, place a red silk cloth on the wooden base so that the statues and images are resting on them to activate Venus energy much more directly. So we explained how red silk can be linked with Venus and so forth. Definitely put that red silk as the base. On top of the silk cloth is where you're putting all the statues. Then the energy will grow not only from the wood perspective, the Venusian aspect will also grow actually as well. Always try to use copper, brass, bronze, or silver vessels as offering plates. Try to minimize, again, these metals are having, they are conductors actually. They can conduct electricity and all that. So more electromagnetic energy can be captured in the food when you are offering them as plates for the food, as I mentioned. So in the previous video, I explained how in detail how all kind of food offerings can attract wealth energy. So when you offer that in a copper plate or a brass plate, bronze plate or silver plate, then it becomes much more stronger in terms of getting the impact actually. You can attract more energies from these offerings actually. Now, huge thing is that if there is any damage to the murti idols, it should not be used in puja. It should be disposed of immediately by immersion in a water body that is flowing, such as a river, creek, or an ocean. I cannot say that enough because if there is a damage, then our energies would also get damaged in time. In fact, this is a big thing you see actually. Any problem that is supposed to come your way will start at your puja room. I cannot say this enough. Your murti is broken. Your murti is not in a right place. There is darkness in your puja room. You do not have the elements and so forth, actually, you are not lighting diya in your puja room, or you are lighting a small diya and many murtis. All these kind of problems are definitely there. But at least if the damaged murti is 100% a big thing, which you need to be mindful about. Now, here's a big thing. Gold is a very sacred and living energetic force, which I explained. Gold holds deep spiritual, alchemical, and energetic significance beyond its financial value. I explained in storing gold in bank lockers is an energetic mistake, as the wealth attracting energy benefits is going to the bank rather than the owner. The gold should be kept in the puja room. As I mentioned, this is a very important point. The gold coins, if you have, you keep that in front of your murti, in front of your Lakshmi murti, in front of your Ganesh murti, in front of your Vishnu murti or Shiva. Whoever it be, you keep a gold coin and gold offerings. Usually Devi offerings are recommended actually. In Devi murti, Lakshmi or Parvati and all that is where you usually give the gold. And Vishnu is also another god to whom you can offer gold. Then that energy of gold is going to grow in a very powerful way. Spiritual energy is now getting gold also. Now much more acceleration will happen in terms of that. Gold is also linked with Jupiter. Wealth will expand for you like anything. This is the one of the strongest remedy to attract wealth, no matter what. Like I said previously, if gold is unaffordable, start with silver offerings also. That is also a very acceptable offering. You can get blessings. Donating gold, silver jewelry to gold, silver coins to the deity in the home will quickly improve your personal wealth. I cannot say this enough. It's a very powerful remedy. I recommend this to many clients. Immediately, they have seen a lot of benefits actually. But if you actually, many people say you don't have a gold coin, you have one gold chain, then you can donate that to the deity in your home. That chain now belongs to the deity. Now you'll see immediate expansion happening in terms of wealth also in that particular way. From that point on, then once a year during Diwali time, you might have to do the puja of the chain or something. Or when you do a normal abhishek of the murtis, you can clean the chain also. Those kind of things can be maintained also. But gold is a very powerful way to attract wealth. I cannot say that enough. It's a huge, huge way. Gold and silver are spiritually superior to paper currency. So people will keep money in the puja room. They'll keep coins also. I would still encourage replace the coins with gold actually. Gold offered on Thursdays can give growth opportunity, which is Jupiter energy. Gold offered on Sundays gives power and respect. You will get status increase kind of thing when that is done. Silver is best offered on Mondays and Fridays, which is support from others, which is moon kind of thing. Moon is usually a supporting kind of aspect. Even small amounts like 0.1 gram of gold will grow in value and bring significant returns. Have no doubt. If gold value is $4,200 right now, the same ounce of gold in your mandir will be like literally 3 times or 10 times. It will be like 42K, $1,000 without doubt. That's how powerful that kind of gold in your life will be. 4 matters. Now, weapon-shaped coins will carry protective energies. And if it's a normal coin and all that, that particular imprint and all that will give you some results. Something which I came across recently was that someone gave a gold-shaped bindi to a deity in a temple. Now, of course, you can donate all these to any temple also, as I mentioned. Gold, that's also other logic, not only in your home temple. Someone donated a gold-shaped bindi actually to a devi actually. And then literally what happened is that this native literally got financial independence after that. Now, if you think about that, in previous video, Dr. Pai mentioned about body parts of gods and goddesses. Gold-shaped bindi will actually go to the first house, Aries portion of the deity. First house of Aries where sun is getting exalted. Definitely that independence kind of thing will come from that perspective. If at all you can give gold shaped bindi. Now, even if you don't have gold, offer silver shaped bindi. Still, at least it will start to come your way as well. Offering gold to Kuladevi and Kuladevata, your family deity, as a chain or pendant can yield very quick results. So this is something I've seen happen done by many people. Many people do this actually in a very powerful way. Because the deities linked with your ancestors are already carrying a lot of energies actually. So that is easily you can get some quick results from that perspective also. In fact, you find that gold is there in many temples because the temples have recognized the value of gold. They understand the energy of gold actually. Many temples have the top portion of temples surrounded by gold. So gold enhances the presence of deities or the Sanidhyam in temples like Tirupati. Padmanabha Swami, Kamakya, where it adorns the murtis, domes and altars. So here you can see the main dome of the historic Kamakya temple in Guwahati is now adorned with approximately 19 kg of gold donated by Reliance Industries chairman Mukesh Ambani in November 2020. 100% 19 kg of gold, he must have made 1,000 times more that gold money without doubt of it made that thing. Without a doubt. Without doubt that could have happened. this project, which involved artisans from Mumbai, enhanced the temple's peak. Though some critics raised some concern about altering historic structure, heritage appearance, fine, that's different. Now, he donated 19 to 20 kg of gold. Project was complete and all that, and then 12 artisans Mumbai and all that came. Now, here Padmanabha Swami temple is one of the strongest places because it has a gold treasure actually. It is supposedly the world's most biggest spiritual treasure is the most largest gold treasure in the world is in Padmanabha Swami temple in Trivandrum in Kerala actually. When you go to such a place filled with so much Jupiter energy, 100% your gold in your life will also increase without a doubt. Your hidden assets might increase actually. Without doubt, it's a very powerful place. So Jupiter energy is in the world, perhaps the Jupiter energy is most strongest in that Padmanabha Swami temple, without doubt. Now, of course, Tirupati Balaji, Dr. Pai mentioned about Tirupati a lot in the previous video. So definitely 5-ton gold roof in Tirupati Balaji. Why is Tirupati Balaji still the richest temple in India? Because of this. Similar to that, 5-ton of gold is there on the roof. So different temples have identified the energy of gold differently. You can utilize that in your puja room also. 100% you can attract energies. Now, in general, I've seen people giving gold flute to their Krishna, for instance, as a decor. I've seen that. I've seen that happening. But gold chain and all that is an easy thing to donate, in my opinion, to your home deities actually, as decorations and so forth. Gold coin and all that you can definitely use also. Any gold ornaments can be given. Depending upon the ornament you are giving, that will also attract energies also, correspondingly, as I explained. Now, rituals and offerings for wealth. Jeevakaraka, this is a Jeevakaraka remedy. So, giving the gods and goddesses in your home altar daily food, which is second house, and fruit offering, which is like Venus and Jupiter, is the easiest way to ensure wealth in your home. Daily food, second house energy given to a deity, Jeevakaraka, devas in your home. Easiest way to attract wealth, without doubt. Because Jupiter energy and Venus energy you're giving daily, slowly and steadily, you will see that energy coming away. You have to direct it towards a god or goddess. That's very important. Fruits is one of the best daily offering, especially banana, which is Jupiter, pomegranate, which is Venus. Very ideal on Tuesdays and Fridays. Now, worst case scenario, at least offer on 2 days a week the fruit offerings. Whenever fruit is offered, Ganesha always receives the first offering of fruit. That is a tradition. Ganesha handles the Muladhara Chakra energy. So that helps out a lot in stabilizing the next offering and all that. So you make sure Ganesha gets his due. Only after that do the rest of the offerings. If one item such as puffed rice is bland, then the other item must be sweet. Example, fruit. So quite often, in a lot of households, even to this day, they give puffed rice as food. That is the normal food that is given. But at least ensure one more sweet item is usually given, like fruit or jaggery or something is usually added. White foods, like rice-based food offered to Krishna, regularly attracts lifelong wealth. Now that logic should be clear. Why? Krishna himself is Rohini Nakshatra, exalted moon guy. Krishna is an exalted moon native. So definitely, you are giving white food, you are activating moon energy much more strongly to Krishna. It will attract lifelong wealth also because of that. Usually, therefore, Krishna famously likes pal payasam or the rice-based kheer kind of thing going on. Now, if you offer the payasam with banana, you are activating Jupiter energy again. So this is also like a derivation of the Gajikesari kind of remedy, which I've mentioned previously. Now, this is a very important point. Avoid salty and dried fruits as offering. Some people I've seen, they will offer the rice cooked for the home as for the god. In the home, when you're cooking, you usually add salt to that food. Big mistake. Because now you're offering Shani to the deity. Salt is Shani. Then you are getting Shani as back as a return. 100% that is not advised. And if you eat rice offered in temple, they will not put salt on the deity food actually. The rice given to deities in temple will not have salt on it. 100% you will see that. And now if you offer salty food, any food having salt energy to that deity, that Shani energy will come back. So that's definitely not going to help you out a lot. Again, dried fruits as offering. 100% it is carrying dried up food. It's not a fresh food. Not carrying Jupiter Venus energy, not carrying life energy, Shani energy. 100% it will give you Shani-like results back. So that is also not recommended. Nuts, except when traveling. You can offer nuts to a deity only when you are traveling actually. Preferably, even if you give daily, make sure other offerings are more. But nuts is usually recommended because nuts are kind of representing seed state. So only when you're traveling for a long time, it will store up for a long time also. Only when you're traveling, you can offer nuts and then leave. That's something I always encourage actually in that particular regard. So that's also one more thing that can be done. But have no doubt, this is one of the other easiest things you can change in your life to improve wealth in your life. Without a doubt, I can say that. Now, what is the difference between cut fruit and uncut fruit, which is something which many people ask actually. Now, this is a Jeevakaraka kind of remedy. Why? Because you are offering a living fruit kind of thing, coming from a plant and all that. Cut fruit offering is preferred as it makes consumption easier for the deity and brings pure blessing without requiring the extra effort from the devotee. So think about that, right? If you're offering apple that is cut, easier to eat the apple. But if that apple is not cut, you have to bite it on the apple before you can consume that. Now, uncut fruit will still blesses, but may require additional work to receive the same benefits. So if you just like how you need to how the deity needs to put in more effort to consume the energy of the apple, definitely like if you offer the apple and all that in a simpler fashion, you will see that'll be easier. Peeling or preparing fruit like pomegranate before offering is always recommended also. I reckon pomegranate, many people offer it raw, but again, usually you have to peel it and offer the pomegranate seed. That's the whole point of pomegranate in the first place. Pomegranate is much more difficult to offer because of that also. But if you regularly offer pomegranate, at least on a Tuesdays and Fridays, you'll be amazed to see the changes in your life. But pomegranate, if you're regularly offering daily and all that, definitely great antioxidants kind of thing which you can consume. Whatever food is offered or daily, you can consume after 5 minutes kind of thing, or after the puja mantra is over kind of thing also. That kind of thing can be done very easily. That can be done also. Now, the other thing I can also say is that the deities who are paired together as a couple can easily attract wealth. Now, this is a very simple logic. Vishnu and Lakshmi, a pair deity. Shiva and Parvati, pair deity. Ganapati with Riddhi and Siddhi. So, Ganapati with the Shakti is Riddhi and Siddhi. Again, a paired set of deities. Murugan with Valli and Devasena. His both of his Shaktis. Sri Ram and Sitama, definitely a paired deity. Krishna and Radha again and the pair deity. So this also when you're doing their this is also true when you're doing their mantras as well. For example, Lakshmi mantras give quicker results when you do Narayana mantras, without a doubt. So if you're doing 108 counts of Lakshmi mantra, I will actually recommend you to at least do 28 counts of Narayana mantra and all that. Very easy way to attract wealth because you're attracting that paired kind of energy from that perspective. The couple is usually placed in the center of the altar, masculine deity on the left side and female deity on the right side. So very easy kind of thing in general from that regard. But pair deities, as I mentioned, right, usually is pairs in the middle actually. Easy thing you can do from that perspective. Sacred objects and weapons can also be definitely be done. So this is an interesting thing. So weapons is both Mars and Rahu. This is an Jeevakaraka kind of remedy in your home temple. It can, this Mars Rahu energy can also be used to protect your wealth. So quite often you can get very specific kind of items actually. So talwar, like a sword, can be placed on the masculine side, the right side of your altar. Even to this day, many Rajputs have their sword. Many warrior class people will have their sword. The Nayars famously are supposed to carry the sword actually, traditional sword and all that you're supposed to maintain. So that sword usually was kept as part of the altar itself. It's usually kept on the right side kind of thing for the Devi. The right side of the Devi is your left side. So your left-hand side is where the sword is usually kept. So the Devi is holding it in her right hand and all that for the Nayar people and all that, you see that. So the Trishul or the trident is usually associated with Shiva and upward prana flow. Usually many yogis actually, a great yogi whom I know also mention, avoid keeping both Trishul and Talwar together without Guru guidance because Trishul is following, all the energy is going upwards. Unless you're doing hardcore sadhana and all that, Trishul and the home is not that recommended. It's a Guru kind of energy also. It's a spiritual uplifting energy. So usually Talwar is kept in household. Talwar is a more sword, it's much more easier to handle. Energetically also is fine. Trishul, the pointed thing is also the top. It's directing all the energies to the top also. So more upper chakras will be activated, more spiritual energies will be activated. You don't feel like making money anymore. You become like a wandering sadhu kind of energies can increase. Damascus steel dagger is very powerful. It's something, it is supposed to be a, Damascus steel dagger is very interesting because this is a dagger which you find, it will have these patterns in it. And it is considered to be very powerful and very ideal to chant mantras and store energy in it. So you can chant mantras holding the Damascus steel in a dagger in your right hand. It is very ideal for wealth, very ideal for prana control, and very ideal for lower chakra control as well. Hold it in right hand, face east direction. Meditate 10 minutes daily while chanting any weapon carrying Devi or Devata mantra. And every time you hold that particular dagger, you'll feel that energy very quickly kind of thing coming away. Now, Veil of Murugan is something you quite often see in many temples, in many family temples also, in many mandirs in your home temple also you'll see that. Meditate with it while chanting any Murugan mantra or Vedic chants like Rudram to enhance the power of Murugan's veil. A Murugan's veil, you can also get it blessed from a Murugan temple. Keep it in your home. Again, keep it on the weapon side of the altar. It will slowly attract a lot of wealth energies, kind of thing. Protection energy for your wealth will actually come from that perspective. And usually, a lot of Murugan devotees keep a Murugan's spear in their home temple. I think many other deities have their own weapons, which you can get it blessed from the deity's temple and keep it in your home. That kind of thing can be done. Now, dagger and all that is easy to do with Durga actually, because Durga definitely it's a Rahu kind of deity also that helps out in that regard. And so now Damascus steel dagger is something I mentioned because in the occult, Western occult sciences they use Damascus steel dagger. A lot of dagger rituals are used. And one of the things that happens with Damascus steel is that they will store all kinds of specific kind of energies in the Damascus steel dagger. I had a client to do this actually. They basically held a dagger, chanted some Durga mantras, faced the east direction, do this kind of thing. And then what happened was that 2 weeks later, they got a dream of Durga Ma. And the Durga Ma basically recited in the dream, gave her like an instruction, do this particular sloka from Durga Saptashati with this particular variation. That sloka was chanted and this variation also given. And of course, she confirmed that with her mantra guru and all that. The mantra guru gave her additional tips also, and that worked. So stuff works actually. This thing works actually. It can activate more Rahu energies, and because now you are meditating on yourself holding a dagger, right? So it's kind of like you are willing to fight those energies out, so that the devatas can actually help you out much more deeply. So similar that it's this is also weapons. All devatas have their own weapons. So having a weapon in your mandir definitely will bring in a protective aspect without a doubt. So it is considered to be very normal. Even Shiva carries a Trishul, even Vishnu carries a Sudarshan Chakra, even Devi carries a sword. So definitely nothing wrong with having a weapon in a puja mandir as well. Now this is a very important point. Wealth and lower chakras. What we call as material wealth. Material wealth from the world is essentially linked to lower chakras. This is not a higher chakra thing. This is not a spiritual energy thing. 100% you have to understand material wealth definitely is lower chakras. Chakras in the navel region and below the navel, especially Muladhara and Swadhisthana, is crucial for wealth generation. Hence, worshipping Ganesha, who is seated in the Muladhara, as I mentioned, is very much essential for a healthy wealth foundation. And quite often in many tantric kramas or specific devata vidyas, the initial set of devatas are worshipped to stabilize wealth aspect of your life. So this wealth is a lower chakra energy. I have no doubt about that. What we call as money, what we call as material wealth is a lower chakra energy. A spiritual protection is also a very good thing to be mindful. A kavach, this is a Jeevakaraka level remedy. So reciting any kavach of a devata is essential for protection, especially for protection of wealth as well. Kavach Stotra of any deva or devata repels the negative forces attempting to disrupt the spiritual progress and build up a wealth energy. Like you're building up wealth energy, but it's just losing. You're just losing the money somewhere and all that. The expense is increasing. Kavach usually helps out actually. Doing Ganapati Kavach as a group ritual can help in protecting wealth energy in family. Now, one of the best things you can do if you are a family man or a family woman is to make sure you chant mantras or kavacham together with your child actually, because two people linked by blood, two different generations are chanting the same mantra. That deity has to show up to bless that family now. So usually this is a mother training the child to do rituals is extremely powerful in that particular way. Now another way to build your business and build up your wealth is that to form a partnership with a devata. You basically form a business partnership with a deity. This is one of the best ways to grow your business. The deity whose nature is closest to the nature of your business is best recommended. So, say you are doing real estate business. So, that's a Martian energy, Hanuman or Kali. Very good to establish a business partnership with that deity. Mercury, say you have business in marketing and all that. Commerce, it's the thing. Mercury, Vishnu Avatar. So, Vishnu Avatar's deity like Krishna and all that you can link with. And even Ganesha can be good for Mercury also. Now, you have to declare the share of profits you would share on a timely basis in front of the deity, especially in a temple. You have to declare the time, you have to declare what share you are going to give. I'll give my share of profits on a quarterly basis or an annual basis kind of thing. You'll have to make that business partnership. The profits are to be donated to the temple linked with the deity closest to where you want your business to flourish in whatever form that is accepted. So that is the usual thing that is done. Your business say is in the middle of Mumbai. Find the closest temple to your business place. Form a business partnership with that deity and donate a portion of your profits actually, a share of your profits. You'll be amazed to see the change. In general, planets in your seventh house, the seventh lord of your D1, the seventh lord of your D9, or the seventh lord of your D10 chart can also help in determining the business partnership deity for your career to flourish or for your business to flourish. Now, even if these planets are not considered, you can independently form a business partnership also with any deity whose energy would be closely aligned with the business. Now, say you are doing alcohol business. That's a Rahu energy. Definitely you have to then form a business partnership with alcohol drinking deities like Bhairava and all that. So Bhairava can actually help you out in that particular front also if you are declaring that business kind of thing. It doesn't matter, your Ishtadevata Ganesha, you don't have temples close to you. Fine, form a business partnership with your Ishtadevata also. That's okay. That's also recommended. Now here is an example which is a well-through Devata partnership thing. You'll basically say, for an example, God, 10% of my earnings are yours, with contributions directed to a linked temple. This always is a temple directed remedy in general. You have to direct it to a temple. You cannot donate it to a charitable thing and all that. A lot of charitable people let them do it. You want wealth to increase for you, you have to donate to a temple. Similar to that. Ideal temples to include your Kuladevata or your family deity temples, your Grama Devata, local deity to your home, whichever city, whichever location you're staying, find the Grama Devata, immediate local temple is also very helpful. The Desha Devata, the biggest deity of the land. So say you're in Kolhapur, the Kolhapur Lakshmi will be the biggest deity in that particular land. Or if you're in Guwahati, Kamakya will become the biggest deity of the land, kind of thing. So that Desha Devata is also a very good deity to form a business partnership with. Upasana Devata, whichever is your Ishta Devata, you are a devotee of Shiva, then great, devote some money to a Shiva deity kind of thing. Shiva temple you can donate, kind of thing. And business specific Devata, like say you're running a restaurant, Annapurneshwari is a great business specific Devata. From that perspective, you can donate. Offering 10% of income in digital gold or like physical gold when possible to a Guru Parampara linked temples or your family deity can quickly accelerate your wealth. So say you have an already guru, you're linked with some guru parampara like Ramakrishna mission or something like that. You got mantra diksha from that parampara. Definitely the parampara linked temples can also improve that energy. So say, or you are a Vaishnava, I think you are linked with ISKCON, or you have some other Vishnu parampara thing going on. Definitely donating some portion of the wealth to that. Guru parampara linked temples can also increase the energy for you very easily. So, and your family deity, of course, your family deity would mean the Kuladevata whom your ancestors worship kind of thing. 10% will in gold will really help out also, if at all that kind of thing is possible. Now, this is an interesting remedy which I thought I will share. This is a Rakta pushpanjali to Durga actually. Someone actually recommended this remedy once and it was many years ago. That remedy was fresh at that point in time. Now I had forgotten this remedy. I had shared it to a client at that point in time actually. And then he revealed after 2 years later, he was still maintaining that remedy. This guy's life completely changed. So he got a job in Amazon, he got married, and everything was good. He was taking a degree, everything was going good for him. So I thought I'll share this degree kind of thing. Now what basically the remedy is that offer red flowers. Basically in Kerala, Malayalam, we call it Techipu, which is in English called as jungle geranium. You have to dip in Rakta Jandan, which is red sandalwood, and you offer to Devi Durga on Tuesdays and Fridays. Now you have to offer one flower per as offering for each of the 32 names of Durga. So you have to offer 32 flowers kind of thing, going on, saying the 32 names of Durga. So this Techipu, the 4-petal flower, symbolizes the Muladhara chakra and supports grounding and material. Now that is a hidden secret of flowers. Count the number of petals in a flower, you can identify the chakra linked with that flowers. This is a 4-petal flower. Muladhara chakra. 100% it is going to improve your grounding and material energy, without a doubt. This guy, literally, as mentioned, brought dramatic results. Stable job, marriage, financial security, and all that improved for him. Success depends upon consistency, faith, and pure devotion, which is bhakti. It's a faith-based thing. It's an offering, actually. It's a archana, it's a pushparchana. Completely you have to do with bhakti, with devotion. Red flowered offerings in general, Rakta Jandan plus, which is Rahu energy, and red flowers, which is Venus, channel the transformational energy even when offered to Goddess Durga, which is Rahu. So you're getting Venus energy actually because you're getting Venus results. So again, easily things improved. 32 names of Durga also represent the 5 tattvas, which are the 5 Panchabhutas and the 27 nakshatras as well. So 27 plus 5 is 32 actually. That is also improving actually. Now, ancestral deities are one of the easiest way to improve the energy. So Kuldevi and Kuldevata is the easiest way to get massive wealth. Now, usually some people might know the Devata, some people might know. For people who know it, this is one of the best things that can be done. This is the deity linked to your ancestors and have a direct genetic linkage to you because of that. So your ancestors, the DNA ancestors have worshipped this deity. You can connect with that deity. This deity will attract wealth your way in a big way. I cannot say that enough. Supporting, maintaining, doing regular rituals at those original temples and the original rituals that was maintained there can be very, very powerful for wealth and success in the material world. So key thing here is that you have to support that your temple is going through festival time. Give money towards that temple. Participate in the festival time. Be part of the rituals that is regularly happening on a monthly basis or a daily basis as is possible. Will help you out a lot actually. In fact, the original rituals. Now, this is also a very important thing. Maintaining the old rituals of the temple adds to the wealth, even if it includes animal sacrifices such as bali or even alcohol offerings to the deity. You will be surprised to see many families, especially in Kerala, this is a real problem. The original ancestors offered alcohol and meat to the deity. And then they stopped giving that offering. They were replaced with pumpkin and the normal honey and all that. The family started to get huge disasters kind of thing going on immediately after. So the original rituals, maintaining it in the original way becomes very important. Because what happens at the moment when you're doing prana pratishtha of a deity to a location, you make a contract with that deity at that point in time. You say, please, deity, sit here in our home, sit here in this particular pitam kind of thing, or sit in this murti kind of thing. We'll give you these offerings so that your energy will be maintained here. That contract, the original contract, whatever was maintained, is very important. That has to be followed by the descendants actually. Now, the original contract was meat and alcohol offering because the ancestors might have only have had access to those kind of offerings at that point in time. Suddenly, if you decide to change the contract midway, 100% the and backlash will also be pretty bad, especially with deities that used to get billion and all that. The goddess will be like, "What is my blood?" and will start to take blood from people there actually, which is a real issue. You can trace your genetic ancestors through your DNA testing and worship the main deity of the land as a starting point in case you do not know that. Say you are an American, you can trace your DNA. Your ancestors came from Scotland. Find some Scottish gods and goddesses, or Celtic gods and goddesses. Your ancestors were from Sweden. Find some Viking gods and goddesses. Ancestor from Germanic kind of thing, or Italian kind of dissonance. Definitely look into like some Italian gods and goddesses. You will be surprised by the results you will get by connecting with those same old gods and goddesses. So that's a simple thing. Neglecting one's Kuldevata, family deity, or ancestral temple is a serious spiritual oversight, particularly when launching new ventures kind of thing going on. And usually I've seen that the moment when you actually launch new ventures, things can actually improve much more strong. It is a very powerful remedy. One ancestral deities are extremely powerful because that energy of the deity literally drove a lot of your Rahu Ketu energies of your life and your ancestral energies of your life. And the moment when you give any kind of importance to that deity, you'll see your life completely getting transformed for good, without a doubt. Now, the other Jeevakaraka kind of remedies temples and divine manifestation. So, temple building is presented as the highest spiritual investment, bringing long term prosperity and karmic purification for the native and the future descendants, no matter what. This is one of the things I usually tell to some of my richest clients whom I ever meet. One of the best things you can ever do is to build a temple. Of course, maintain a pre-existing temple, great. But if at all you want a permanent thing, if your family has been responsible to invite an energy and maintain that devata energy in a particular new temple and all that, a lot of things can improve. A lot of real estate people, you're building a society kind of thing, you're building a building kind of thing, build a society temple. Similar to that. Say you are building a factory. Many people have small temples in their factories also. Build something like that. You'll be amazed to see the kind of results you'll get from that point. Temples exemplify the integration of material and spiritual wealth. The use of gold in idols, vessels, and rituals intensifies the divine energy, stabilizes the sanidhyam and the energy presence of the deity, and amplifies the effectiveness of worship as well. Many businessmen in India experience massive transformation in their business after having built a new temple in a village. I cannot say this enough. You are living in Delhi, your temple you build is somewhere in Rajasthan, you're sponsoring a small village temple there and all that, you're improving that temple again. Your business in Delhi is like flourishing like anything. This is a common story I cannot share it enough. Happened to one of my clients also. Very pure thing going on. Revitalizing historical temple like TTD's global Balaji expansion, all that, or even Shakti beats is essential for sustaining collective spiritual energy and pilgrimage traditions, which improve the wealth in a big way. So definitely say you are nowadays you get a lot of Instagram kind of a thing asking for donations and all that. Various temples in Kashi and this particular place and all that. All kind of temple donations are happening right now. Definitely helping out in that temple and all that can only improve your energy in a huge way. I cannot say this enough. Now, definitely it's not just about giving money and that's done. You have to maintain a link with the deity. To attract, to get that energy, you have to visit that temple and get that blessing also. Only then that blessing will enter into your, that energy will enter into your aura, and then that will manifest in your life completely also. So make sure you are visiting those temples also, wherever you donate, this kind of thing going on. Very, very important actually, without all. So Ambani clearly knew what they were doing. Definitely some astrologers are recommending these kind of remedies for them. They clearly knew, and that's why their wealth is keeping on growing also without doubt. Similar to that. The nature of offerings to temples can also, and cosmic balance for your growth also can be determined. So it's a Devakaraka remedy. Different kind of offerings can attract specific kind of divine energies into your life. So say you are offering some kind of metallic thing, like iron utensils or cooking vessels, something that is having contact with fire, you can attract Mars blessings. You're offering flowers regularly to a temple, Venus blessings, a ghee to a temple, Jupiter blessings, gold, Sun and Jupiter blessings, but at a much more stronger level. Regular contribution, monthly and quarterly and all that, build sustainable spiritual energy that compounds over times, especially in same temple. So here you have a family that has donated a crown, a golden crown to Krishna was donated actually. So it's very like, I don't know, like lakhs of worth of golden crown was donated. That's the family there. Here, of course, in the Guruvayur temple, the same temple where this offering was made, the Guruvayur temple, Modi, Narendra Modi ji, when he came, he basically did a Tulabharam of lotus actually for him actually. So of course, Narendra Modi famously has moon in Anuradha Nakshatra actually. And he was improving the wealth kind of aspect also. Venus kind of thing is basically what he offered actually. So definitely got the blessings of lotus kind of thing from that perspective actually. There's a long old photo actually kind of thing going on. Anyway. Next is the next category of remedies, which is Jeevakaraka. So I mentioned Jeevakaraka is a completely different way to activate wealth kind of thing as well. So Devakaraka we have already explained, definitely Jeevakaraka and all that I explained a little bit. Jeevakaraka based remedy can play out. Now, of course, the picture is a hint of what is going to come because the relationship Venus energy is going to be very important from a wealth perspective actually in general. Shukra and Guru, the great benefics, right? Jeevakaraka. Well, Guru is Jupiter. Jupiter is children. Karaka for children is Jupiter. Rahu is also children since they are the next generation. So Rahu represents the next generation kind of thing. When Sun and Moon come together, that's when Rahu is actually coming up. Rahu is coming like that. But definitely it represents the father and mother coming together to create children. Rahu is also seen with children actually. Venus is the spouse. So in general, if these planetary energies are alive, there is a living representation of that planet in your life. That Karaka, that planet is alive in your life. Like you have a living spouse, you have children. 100% these planetary energies are Jeevakaraka aspect of that planetary energy is there in your life. Having both of them, like having children and spouse in your life, brings about wealth very easily. Now, of course, on a practical basis, you have to feed your wife, you have to feed your children. Definitely, everyone, all the fathers will be on top of their game just to feed their family kind of thing. 100% you will definitely have wealth. Definitely, no matter what, wealth will increase, no matter what. And definitely, if you have a spouse kind of thing, if you are married also, definitely the husband will bring in money, the wife might be bringing in money also potentially. But sometimes having a wife to take care of other things can give free the husband to bring in more money also. Both aspects is also there in many ways. So therefore, Venus married, when if a couple is married, couples are more likely to make more money than bachelors because of the Venus energy being alive for these natives. Venus energy is literally living for this native. 100% they'll attract more money also without a doubt. Parents are more likely to make more money than just a couple without children also. Nowadays it's a fashion, right? DINK, right? Double income, no kids kind of thing is a fashion these days. So that's a trend also according to many people. But I have no doubt from the Jupiter aspect of money is being lost. You have business, you have a children kind of thing. Jupiter is there in your life. That will attract more money also. Of course, you have a partner which is Venus. Great, Venus will attract money for sure. But definitely when you have children, that will also attract things. Now, at least if you don't have children, at least have students, right? Students are also like children. In one way, pass on your vidya to someone else, or at least have some mentorship kind of thing going on, where you're sharing your knowledge kind of thing to others. That will also be activate Jupiter energy no matter. You are a teacher at that point in time, you're passing on a knowledge kind of thing, that point in time.
That's what you are doing the remedy now, Sandeep.
Exactly right. Yeah. I'm sharing on the Vidya, right? I don't have a child right now. So yeah, at least that kind of thing going on. But yeah, anyone who doesn't have a child, at least if you share that Vidya, right? You are technically passing on that Vidya. That kind of thing and play out. Now, so definitely feminine Shakti and wealth kind of thing, you can see that particular aspect. So that definitely Jeevakaraka and all that is also a very important thing. Feminine Shakti is very much linked with wealth. Wealth is essentially a feminine energy. It's a Shakti kind of energy. Feminine energy or Shakti is linked to the household harmony. Both are Venus. Venus is your feminine Shakti. Venus is also a household harmony. If there is peace in the household, Venus energy is there in the household. Since Lakshmi is Shakti, disrespecting women repels wealth. You have a wife. You're treating your daughter in a bad manner. Lakshmi is definitely not going to come and stay in your home. You abuse your wife left and right. You abuse your mother left and right. Lakshmi as a Devi will not stay in your home. Venus energy is being abused. That energy will not be in your home. Hence, never curse or harbor anger towards women internally or externally. Definitely don't do it externally. Don't abuse them vocally and don't act against them and all that. Even internally also let go of the anger, let go of the disrespect and all that you have towards women. Conflict between women, say mother-in-law and daughter-in-law conflict, will block feminine harmony and stops wealth in household. It's a real problem. If the females are not at peace with each other, definitely wealth will not come into the household. Not easy task, but I'm stating the facts here. Hence, men must lead in restoring peace, even as sons or fathers or brothers in the household. At least make sure the women are not fighting as is possible. And believe me, that can actually improve the wealth energy very quickly. Now, all this, if you want to build a wealth, this is one definite way you have to target that. What happens in these kind of households is that generational wealth declines when harmony is lost and women are disrespected. Generational wealth. I'm talking your children not having to work for making money kind of thing. Generational wealth. Your children's children. All that kind of thing. Your grandchildren can be secure. Financial future can be secured actually. Especially when women are not disrespected and all that. When women are respected, when feminine shakti is allowed to flourish in the home and family, you will be amazed to see how the wealth, generational wealth is being built and all that. Healing Devi karma is a very important thing from a Jeevakaraka perspective. Relationships with women reflect one's Devi karma or karmic return from past actions as well. Past life actions can be seen in that as well. So hence accept past harm as karmic debt. If women has harmed you in any way, accept that as karmic debt has to be cleared up and forgive them and make peace with that. It's a very important aspect of wealth because if you don't make peace with Venus energy in your life, all the women energy in your life, you are not going to make money. It's a simple fact kind of thing going on. You have to forgive them. You have to accept that was your karma. You bore it. It's over. Move on with your life. So hence, so from a practical perspective, practice no cursing on Mondays and Fridays for easy wealth. At least make a feminine days like moon days and Venus days without cursing for easy wealth, and Tuesdays and Saturdays for protecting your wealth. Definitely like very good thing if you are seeing that wealth is improving. True wealth begins at home. Definitely heal things with your mother, heal things with your sister, heal things with your women is essential for prosperity. Heal things, right? Try to at least maintain balance kind of thing. At least be peaceful, at least be at peace within yourself when you're interacting with women in your household. Quite often, again, you might have challenging relationship with your siblings. You might have challenging relationship with your mother. You might have challenging relationship with your aunts and all that. At least in the household, make sure that peace is being maintained. You have to be peaceful when you're interacting with women. You have to hold back your anger. You have to hold your thing. Again, it's a pure thing, not easy thing to do. But believe me, it is worth it when you get the money that came from it in the long run. Without doubt, money will also come because that kind of peace will attract money and wealth without a doubt. Now, this is also the other aspect. Sexuality, karma, and energetic links for wealth. This is a Jeevakaraka remedy. Venus is also linked with sexuality, indicated through the rulership of Libra. Libra is indicating union of a married couple. Sex is a lower chakra act which creates psychic and karmic bonds. Sex as an act also creates psychic links to the Muladhara chakra also. That is why when you have a sexual link with anyone else, there is a karmic link that happens between you and that person. Sexual partners transfer financial, emotional, and ancestral karma as well. This is a fact. This is how energetic link works. Hence, healthy sexual relationship is one of the main reasons why couples are wealthier than bachelors, because their Muladhara chakras are getting activated. Good karma from the wife is being passed to the husband and vice versa. Husband's karma is being passed to the wife. Definitely energy is improving for both also. Muladhara chakra action is there. Definitely things can happen. Couples who are married, definitely they will be more wealthier than bachelors because there is a sexuality link going on. Venus energy is also increasing for them. Now, couples who are married who are not having sexual relationship, well, Venus energy is going down also. In fact, I had to tell that actually. Many of my clients who are older and all that, I'll ask them, they'll tell me my business not flourishing. And I had to ask them, okay, are you having a regular thing going on like that? Nothing is happening, then wealth is going to get impacted. Material wealth is a Muladhara kind of chakra energy, without a doubt. If you want material wealth in your life, healthy sexual relationship is usually one of the easiest way to improve that. Energy also, similar to that. Now, the problem is that this energetic links, if you understand this thing, promiscuity opens multiple energetic channels more often draining and depending upon the planetary synastry involved. Say you have sex with someone, their Shani is on top of your moon. They are all that depressive Shani energy, Muladhara Chakra energy is coming your way also. 100% that energy is coming your way. Suddenly you feel depressed after you have sexual relationship with them. It's a real issue. At the same time, you have sex with someone who's Jupiter in the top of your moon. Great for you, good for you. Because again, that Jupiter is going to boost your emotional kind of thing going on. But if you increase promiscuity, you have multiple energetic channels and all that, it really will create. Now, all the yogis are very clear. You have sexual link with any female. The female is already having sexual link with other men, whoever she has had sex with actually. You're not only sleeping with karmas of the female you're sleeping with, you're sleeping with the karmas of everyone she has ever slept with as well. Which is the reality actually, it's the energetic reality. Yogis are very clear on that front. There is no doubt on that front. From an astrology perspective, what is actually happening is that you are sleeping with anyone, that their chart karmas, their planets in the chart is interacting with your planets kind of thing in the deepest level. 100% that energy will play out. Hence, promiscuity will ruin your Venus and Rahu. So similar to that. Promiscuity will purely ruin your Venus and Rahu. I cannot say this enough. When people come to me and whenever they say they are in affairs and all, I have to explain to them this logic. Businessmen coming to me and telling me like my business is not flourishing, I have to ask them, is there anything going on, affairs going on? They tell me they're having affairs and all that. I tell them that, why do you think your business is not flourishing? Stuff like that. So it's a real issue actually. It's a real problem from that perspective. Even with contraception or withdrawal before ejaculation and all that, energetic and karmic links will remain with a sexual partner. This is unfortunately a reality also. So many people believe that, okay, if I don't ejaculate and all that, some people do this kind of technique also. Karmic link is not maintained, no, it will be formed. It's as similar that. That act of sexual act will definitely activate that link. That will play out in many ways. Something to keep in mind actually, just be aware of these things actually. And definitely affairs on that, you're already Venus is the link you'll have with your wife. Inviting affair energy is a real problem. Now say you have a problem with wife and all, that's a different set of problems. But at least make sure you're having a divorce kind of thing before you have multiple engaged kind of thing is what we're doing. At least make sure that kind of thing is going on if you have multiple engaged kind of thing. If at all you're having a problem with your wife kind of thing going on. Unfortunately, this is a real thing. I cannot say enough. This is why this is coming in part two as one of the final slides also because there's a real problem for your wealth. Many people have that thing. Now, typical question can be asked. Western culture, this is not going to apply. Well, energetic reality is energetic reality. Completely fine. You have to live with the consequence of your actions, no matter what. Similar to that. But this is unfortunately a reality actually. From a wealth perspective, this thing needs to be understood or accepted. Now, fine, your karma is bad, or like say your marriage karma is not great, you cannot get married or whatnot, fine. Still, at least like improve energy kind of thing. In other ways, what we mentioned as well. Jeevakaraka is always supreme to Jeevakaraka kind of remedies anyway. So that will help you to improve and heal this energy also with time. So whatever remedies mentioned previously will also help you out no matter what. Now, another emotion that is great is gratitude. Gratitude and energy of wealth is linked. Wealthy households will show harmony, gratitude, and therefore they'll have bright auras. Very spiritually psychic gurus and all that, psychic gurus whose third eye is open and all that will quite often reveal this particular thing. Wealthy households will actually show harmony in the household. They are being grateful to each other. Gratitude is a very common energy in the household. That's why the energy of the households will have very great energy, which is attracting wealth. Express gratitude even to money and food as wealth attract is a very powerful wealth attracting practice actually. I think that Mind Valley guy shared this as a practice actually. In one of his videos he was sharing, anytime you're giving money to that the Starbucks person to whom you're getting coffee from, at least say thank you to the money for having served me kind of thing and offer that. It is a Japanese practice actually. This guy adopted from that. And then definitely that sort of attract wealth because you are being grateful for that wealth, that Jupiter and Venus transaction thing. You are attracting more energy of that because you're putting energy, you're investing that energy every time. That energy will grow without doubt. So taking time to feel gratitude for whatever you have is very important, especially when you have nothing. I cannot emphasize that enough. It builds up Jupiter and Venus energy in your life. So two things I have to say here actually. Whenever you have nothing in your life, be grateful for what you have. I have a bed. I have a roof above me. I have a job that is sustaining me. Whatever you have, I have knowledge which I have got an education which I can be grateful for and all that. You will immediately see Jupiter energy improving, your wealth energy improving. It is literally attracting things anyway. When you have nothing in your life, the only mantra you should be learning to say is thank you and gratitude. And believe me, when you actually develop that energy consciously and positively, your life will get changed. It is almost like you're giving a signal to the universe, give me some help out here on that energy. Actually, this is the energy I'm trying to grow. the universe will respond to that signal, giving you that energy more. This is a very powerful practice and so forth. Now, this is also one of the second thing I want to add is that when I went to USA, the first thing I noticed was that everyone is saying thank you left and right. They will just say thank you for everything actually. Open the door, thank you, or give the food, thank you. So makes sense why that country at least had a lot of wealth and money and all that at that point. So we have forgotten to say thank you in India at least. So though many people do say that, but we don't expressly, vocally kind of express it actually, which is a mistake in my opinion. Expressing gratitude is a very powerful thing whenever you can. Believe me, when you see rich people, right? When you see people who have money and wealth and all, they don't hesitate in saying thank you whenever they can. No matter how wealthy they are also, in general, you'll see that kind of thing going on. Concluding thoughts. Finally, we get to the final conclusion of part 1 and part 2 here. Wealth is a byproduct of integrity. That should be very clear. Lasting prosperity requires inner peace, forgiveness, reverence for feminine energy, consistent sadhana, proper rituals and household harmony also helps. Avoiding fear, anger, and destructive media. Managing sexual energy with awareness and commitment. Definitely don't doubt that. Wealth flows naturally when one sees every woman as Devi, maintains energetic and karmic purity, practices gratitude and devoted to Upasana is maintained, and definitely aligns inner thought, speech, and action with spiritual truth. True wealth is not pursued. It emerges as a reflection of inner mastery and cosmic alignment. Of course, true wealth is not pursued. Definitely, when you attain inner mastery, you don't hesitate from your actions in the world. You also align yourself with the cosmos kind of thing in a deeper way also. You definitely have to get a job or maintain your business or kind of thing to attract wealth. Nothing does not mean that you are not working or something, but have a deep understanding, right? It is the energies you're developing in life will actually eventually show up in your material aspect of your wealth also. It's as simple as that. And that is the thing. So this is the final slide. I would like to express my gratitude to Dr. Pai, Aditya, and UG and Kapil Raj and all that. And definitely expressing gratitude to my clients who teach, the teachers I've had in my life, and all the students also from whom I continue to learn actually. Great. So this is what I have for today. This concludes the wealth remedies which I want to share during the Jupiter transit we are going through right now. So hopefully people get the most benefits out of these rituals and other modifications are recommended actually. Definitely utilize these things. Anything you would like to add, Dr. Pai or Aditya? Go ahead, please.
No, when you were saying about temples, immediately a point came in my mind. You remember we were talking a few years back when India made this Ayodhya temple.
Right, yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
And then imagine what happened. The Lord Rama's energy after that.
Yeah.
Maybe you must have showered. And where is India after that? What we did, fought a war,
Yeah.
developing new military techniques, weapons and other things, more engaging into the war and other thing. And now you see the things what happened. So somewhere down the line, yes, the temple energies all really were very important, not just in your local community, but also in the nationwide.
Yeah.
So
It's a great point,
what?
Aditya. Also, India, in my opinion, sun energy developed also. Sun
Yeah.
energy developed.
That's
Now,
your point, in fact. I will not take the credit for that. You said that, see what will happen. And that time you told me we are building this Rama's temple and see what will happen, where we will go in
yeah,
terms of
so
energy.
definitely, in fact, you see India is developing a new identity,
And
right?
we never knew about India-Pak
Yeah,
war and all those times. This was
right.
much before that.
Right.
Yes. So,
So, of course, you see in our new modern India is coming, people are not afraid to say who they are. Their Indian identity is coming up stronger. That even the foreign minister is much more vocal about Indian independence and that kind of thing. So, it's a very new identity kind of thing. That sun energy for India is definitely getting improved when the Sri Rama Ayodhya temple was restored and restarted kind of thing going on. Without doubt. Without a doubt, that has happened. Yeah. So, Dr. Pai, would you like to add anything on that point? Yeah, go ahead, Aditya. Anything else? Go ahead.
now, Bhairav's energy and all people are talking about
Yeah,
Bhairav Upasana is going on.
definitely.
He's basically the guardians, the borders
Exactly.
basically. And
Kshetrapala.
what's happening to the borders everywhere?
Yeah.
It's the eastern border or western border.
Yeah.
So is that the call for something new,
Yeah,
especially this worship, deity worships and all. I don't know
definitely.
where we are going, but somehow. Just thought to
Yeah,
share
so
that.
definitely you are talking if Bhairava energy is increasing, the Kshetrapalaka energy will increase, the borders definitely will get more protected. The Rahu energy,
Yeah.
the foreigners' influx is getting more control, a healthy balance
What's
will come.
happening, we know that in the eastern border, especially, you
Yeah.
see.
Yeah,
So,
especially the Bengal border where there's a lot of refugee from Bangladeshis trying to come, this whole political thing there and all that. Definitely it is getting much more filtered. Definitely without doubt. We can definitely claim a link with the Bhairava Pass and all that without doubt. Definitely without doubt.
so I don't know. Just thought to maybe coincidence. Who
Yeah.
knows? But
From a Jyotisha perspective, we can claim without doubt. It's having a Devata link. Definitely pure Jyotisha alignment is happening because now it's a temple at a national level, and definitely it's happening, affecting that land where the temple is placed in, without a doubt. So any temple energy you are creating in a new land, that energies of that Devata will show up in that land. That's the basic logic actually. Wherever that new
right.
temples are being created, if you establish a TTD temple, Tirupati Balaji temple, establish a new place like in somewhere in USA or Europe or something, Jupiter energy is flourish in that land. Similar to
Yeah,
that.
the Kamakya temple. You see, how many people knew Kamakya about 10 years back or 12 years back? Let me tell you, no one would have heard about Ambubachi Mela, Ambubachi temple, all those festivals. No one knew. It's only last 10 years or some people have been talking about.
Yeah.
And what's happening? Again, Assam.
Yeah.
We see thing happening in Assam, Bengal, Assam. You see how these energies are. So that's something, much not in a materialistic level, but something in a higher energy level.
Yeah, definitely the Devata level is one of the most strongest thing. I cannot say that enough. If at all you can support in any way a restoration of any temple, any maintenance of any temple you can do in any way as is possible, even a single brick. If that is what you can afford, great. The more you can afford, the great, even superior results. I cannot say the local temple is in disrepair, like some issues that the government is not repairing it. We're willing to take it up. You'll be amazed to see the results that will come your way, without a doubt. Without a doubt, it's a pure remedy. It's a pure mathematical kind of thing that happens. The Devata level energy is coming. A blessing will manifest in the lower dimensional field of a material world kind of thing in a pure fashion. Similar to that. Great. Dr. Pai, what would you like to add? Go ahead.
Yeah, I like the points that you mentioned, even about the flower that you mentioned. Did you mention about the red flower that has
Yeah.
to be offered with four
Yeah.
petals?
That's correct. Yes.
Yeah. So then I said, let me share. I mean, there are so many points, but we have to only discuss some points because otherwise this will be another Bollywood, movie, Durandar 3. So we don't want to do that. Okay, so let me just tell you about this thing about the different petals and the chakras and the secret behind that, and how you can even manifest some of your desires based on just the flowers and the petals that you had mentioned. So, like you mentioned, Santhip, you said the Muladhara chakra, the foundation, the root chakra, is represented by a flower with four petals. So, that represents the foundation, the root, where you also said there is Ganapati. There is also the Brahma's energy. Brahma has four faces. There are four Vedas, which are the foundation for us. Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharvana Veda. What about the Swadhisthana chakra? How many flower petals do you see in the Swadhisthana?
I think that's 6, right? Yeah.
6. That is exactly what I wanted to say, is what you were discussing just a few minutes ago. You said the land. Land is the fourth house, four petals. Protected by the Kshetrapala, who is the six-petaled god, which is Kartikeya, who is the Kshetrapala.
Right. Yeah.
Six-faced Shanmuga,
Yes.
Murugan. So the Muladhara chakra is protected by the Swadhisthana chakra with 6 petals, which means it is Kartikeya energy, the Kshetrapala energy. You go to any great place, the foundation is the four-sided thing, which is a square, which has 4 sides. To protect that, there is a Kshetrapala, which is a triangle, 3-sided, which means you see Martian energy is a triangle. So the upward facing triangle is the masculine, and the protective deity which protects Kali and Durga is the downward facing triangle. So the Kshetrapalas are the protective goddesses, are the gods, the 6 petals. Above that, how many petals do we have? The Manipura chakra,
I think that's
which represents fire.
10, right? If I'm not mistaken.
10. So what is 10? We have Dasha avatars of Vishnu, the preservation. We have the 10 directional regions which are called the Dasha Dikpalas. So they protect that chakra. Now you come one chakra above, which is the Anahata chakra. How many petals are there?
I think 12 kind of thing, if I'm not mistaken.
12. Absolutely. That is the Adityas. The 12 Adityas. The 12 Vedic solar principles. Okay. Come to the Vishuddhi chakra, the throat chakra. How many petals that is represented?
16 swaras kind of thing, right? Yeah.
16.
Yeah.
So that is nothing but Lalita Devi. 16. She's called as Shoddashi. Shoddashi means 16. Lalita Tripura Sundari. Ashoka Sundari we talked about. So she is the one which is there with the speech, which is Saraswati Mata also. So add all of these chakras. How many chakras, how many petals will be there totally? 4 plus 6 plus 10 plus 12 plus 16.
48, right? Yeah.
48. That is one mandala. 27 nakshatras, 12 rashis plus 9 navagrahas. 48 again. One muhurta where everything can change is 48 minutes.
Right, yeah.
So that means any remedies that you do can change in 48 minutes, 48 seconds, nimishas, 48 days. That means all the panchabhutas which are there, this is your Vishuddhi, Akash Tattva. This is your Anahata, which is Vayu Tattva. This is your Manipura, your solar plexus, which is Agni Tattva. Then you have Swadhisthana, which is your Jala Tattva, water. And then you have Manipura, which is the Prithvi Tattva. So all the Bhuta Shuddhi happens in 48 days, 48 minutes, 48 seconds. There are cycles, fractals within fractals. Punarvasu Nakshatra. Now when you come to the Ajna Chakra, the command center, how many petals are there?
2 actually.
2. But did you know within these 2 petals, each petal is 48 mini petals are there within those petals.
Interesting. I know that. Interesting.
48 mini petals within one petal for Shakti. 48, which means Shakti, which is the masculine, which is the right side, is controlling the 48 petals below, and the feminine is controlling the 48 petals below. So 48 petals in the 5 chakras below, 48 on the right side, 48 on the left side of your Ajna chakra, the command center, which is your pineal gland. So totally how many petals are there?
50, right? No, 108, 100 kind of thing.
96, no?
48 is, no.
No, 48, 48, 48, 48, 48.
90, okay. Yeah.
How it is 96? What is the thing?
Oh,
48 into 3.
96 plus 48.
Ah.
Yeah, so that's what I was saying.
What is 96 plus 48?
144.
144.
Yeah.
Now what is it? Mahakumbh happens in 144 years.
Right, yeah.
12 times 12. 12 rotations have happened. Now when you go above that, Sahasrara Chakra, how many petals? Sahasrara means 1000.
1000.
Right.
1000 into 144. So 1000, 144,000 is the main thing for you to liberate yourself. 144,000. So 144 is a very important number in our way of trying to cleanse everything from the Purusharthas, going down to the Panchamahabhutas and everything. Why I'm bringing this up is because of what you have said. Everything is ultimately there in the chakras.
Right, yeah.
Because cleansing the chakras, you will be able to achieve whatever the inner cleansing, outer whatever you can do. You can offer flowers. Now, there is a bigger secret I wanted to tell you about why I brought this up. Choose if you want to bring, if there is lack of stability, anchoring, if you don't have foundation, offer 4 petals. Which are the 4 petaled flowers? Jasmine, 4 petals. Jasmine is there, specific. Mustard flowers can be offered. 6 petals. Tulips, daffodils, white lily, snowdrop. These are all 6 petals. Lotus, not fully blossomed, is 10 petals. Sunflower is 12 petals. Passion flower is 12 petals. 16 petals is chrysanthemum. Marigold, we say Gendika fool. Why? It's very favorite of Ma Tripura Sundari, Lalita Devi. That's why you put these marigold flowers, if you remember, as toranam in the front of the hang, and then you put mango leaves
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
at the entrances, right? So that is the 16 energy of the thing. And the fully blossomed lotus flower is 16. There is also lotus flowers which are 8 petals. They're called Ashtadala Padma. So do you know there are certain flowers which are also giving you 8 petals? So those flowers like blue lily, star jasmine, magnolia, white water lily, these are our 8 petal flowers. So what is 8 petals? 8th house themes. You are struggling, court cases, go to the specific deity and offer these 8 petal flowers. Basically, you are saying, heal me from these energies. Your 8th house has certain yogas which are there, but they are not awakened. And those yogas will awaken when the dashas and gochar will happen. But if you want to get, you go and pray to Lord Ganapati. Why I say Lord Ganapati? Isn't he worshipped as or Lord Shiva? He's called Ashtamurti. And Aditya, do you know that there are 8 Ganapati temples around Maharashtra, in Maharashtra?
Pune, right? Pune Ashtaganapati.
Ashtavinayaka.
Ashtavinayaka.
Ashtavinayakas they call.
Ashtavinay. Yeah. Very
So
well known.
visit those. Huh? Go to these 8 temples, Ashtavinayaka. Finally come in amongst the Ashtavinayaka, one of them is Siddhi Vinayaka in Mumbai, Prabhadevi. Offer them 8 petal flowers. So those are, Mayura Ganesh, you can see these Ashtavinayaka temples here. Right? So number 8 is transformation, sudden changes. Do then this trip to the Ashtavinayaka. See, whatever you are learning in Jyotish has to be applicable. Numerology, astrology, astronomy, stars, all of them have no difference. Look at those stars which have 8 stars within their constellation. That will represent that. 6 stars. Which is 6-star constellation? Kritika Nakshatra. That is Kartikeya.
Yeah.
That is the Kshetrapala.
Or 6th house kind of
So
thing.
go, exactly, 6th house themes. So on that day when you have, like you have debt, you have enemies, you have court cases, you're fighting ailments. When moon is transiting Kritika Nakshatra, go to Kartikeya. And you see some deities have 2 concerts. Ganapati and Murugan have 2 concerts. You showed that in the slide.
Yeah.
Ganapati has Riddhi and Siddhi. Some people call it Buddhi and Siddhi also.
Right, yeah.
Both are correct. Valli and Shri Valli and Devasena. So when you are thinking about such deities like Srinivasa, Tirupati, Bhudevi, Shri Devi, that means they are all performing and showing what I told you, the 3 Shaktis, Icha Shakti, Kriya Shakti, Jnana Shakti. Otherwise, mostly what you see is the duality principles of Shiva, Parvati, Vishnu, Lakshmi. They are the potential energy and the kinetic energy. So always the kinetic energy is Shakti. That's why she's in motion. And the potential energy is the masculine. And the feminine is the momentum kinetic energy. So first of all, understand spirituality and why we are doing it. Many people just go and do it without knowing the logic behind it, and everything is applicable. Now, when we say trine, you said trine is Lakshmi Sthana. But what is trine? Trine helps you to give you the ability to see the divine flow. What is there? And what does a square give you? Square houses, Kendra and Trikonas. Kendras are the stable houses where we see there you need stability. So think about a base of a pyramid. The base of a pyramid is a square. But the square is the foundation on top of which there are 4 triangles which are attached to each other. Have you ever thought about it? So without the square, there is no foundation. So the square is the Vishnu sthanas.
Correct.
The Kendra, the konas are the Vishnu sthanas where you get the stability of the pyramid, like the base, the foundation. So the D4 chart will give you that, where the Vishnu's energies are there. And the trine positions will give you the concept of having the blessings of the divine flow, which is there, the Shakti. So that is why when you see the Kendras joining with the Trikonas are Raja Yogas. Stability joining with the divine intervention.
Yeah, Kendra lords with
Trikona.
with Trikon houses, or vice versa. Rajoga
Vice versa.
makes someone
Rajoga.
powerful as a king. Rajoga, yes.
Why? That's because you are getting both the divine energies plus the foundation and the base, like a pyramid.
Right, yeah.
So why can't we start studying Jyotish like a mathematics? Like astronomy has to be taught. Equations are taught. Geometry has been taught. Sacred geometry. It's the same thing. Why are you thinking of it as something which is different?
Yeah, I think Dr. Pai now.
Because
Yeah, just to add quickly, Jyotish is mathematics, right? That's a fundamental thing which you're saying. Whatever example you share is pure mathematical also. So perfectly makes sense. Yeah.
so the 1, 4, 7, 10, the konas are your material establishments. And 1, 5, 9, the trine are your karmic merits. The square, the kendras is where you find stability. Triangles is where the divine flow is happening. So a combination of square and triangle is where the spirit enters the matter. And karma unlocks manifestation. And that is what our Rishi said. When Jupiter and Saturn aspect these kind of triangle and square, that's when karma unfoldment will happen. Why? Because Jupiter shows grace, opportunity, expansion, and expands the accumulated merits. So that means whatever your kendras are has to be expanded than Jupiter. That's why Jupiter has 5 and 9 aspects. The kendra aspects are there with Jupiter.
You mean the trine aspect is there with Jupiter? Yes, yes.
Trine. And Saturn shows the karmic direction. It shows you, the timing and the alignment when it starts working. And that's why it has the 10th aspect. one of the Kendra aspects of unlocking your karmas, which is your Kriyamani karmas. So if square, which is konas, is your foundation, your resources, your stability, your property, and your inner security, then triangle is your effort, your courage, and your karmic unfoldment.
It's interesting to see why Saturn has got 7 and 10
Three,
aspects.
three,
But 3
3 and
is
10.
but 3 why? Why not 4, 7, 10? Because that will be perfect Kendra, right?
Exactly. It should have technically would have
Convince,
had
yeah.
4,
Yeah.
but over a period of time, it has been reduced to 3, which is a Kama aspect, not a Kendra aspect. Think about it, why? Think about it, why? Because the 4th is the aspect of Mars, not of Shani.
Correct.
So they don't want to give the same aspect of Mangala, which is like works like a protective mother. What is 4th house aspect? Durga, protection. Kali, protection. And she protects the child. She protects the womb. 4th house is the womb. 3rd house is the mother. Now, the question I always ask some people is really think about it, whether the child is giving birth to a mother, which is also a fact, or a woman is giving birth to a child. Remember the words I've used: a woman giving birth to a child, or a child giving birth to a mother. You see that the child is pushing the mother and coming out of the womb, or the woman is pushing the child to free the child for the woman to become a mother. Until the child comes out, she's a woman. Once the child comes, she's called a mother. Otherwise, she's not called a mother. So who is giving birth to whom? It's a perspective. Without the child coming out, there is no mother. She's just a woman. That's why in the Shri Yantra, you see there are 5 triangles which are facing downwards, 4 triangles which are facing upwards, and their intersection is forming 48 triangles. Why 5 triangles facing downwards? Because it's a woman which is facing downwards, and women have something which is special compared to a man. A man cannot give birth to a child. That's why an extra triangle is given to Shakti. Totally 9 triangles, 4 upward facing and 5 downward facing. Their intersection is causing you 43 triangles. Why 43? I leave this to the audience to decide why 43. And that means if you see it in the 2-dimensional, it's 43. If you see in the 3-dimensional, it's 48, which is called as Meru. Anyway, we're digressing from the point, but did you understand what I'm trying to say? Every little change that happens in this universe and multiverse has to happen with the number 48. 48 hours. What happens in 48 hours? Only after 48 hours we say the moon is moving from one sign to another, which is 48 hours and a few more hours, which is exactly 2.25 nakshatras. Am I right, Aditya?
Yeah.
2.25 nakshatras. You're on mute.
Oh, it takes about, I don't know exactly, depends some nakshatras.
Is
But
it
on an
okay?
average,
Is it okay? On an average, would it take around, I'm just guessing,
yeah.
54 hours?
Yeah. 24 plus 48 plus 12,
Six
60. On an average, 2.5 days to one for like around that. I need to
to a
check.
quarter. Yeah.
2 quarter.
If it is 54 hours, then it is half of the 108. 54 hours is like 54 horas have gone out of 108 horas. Why did I say 54? 48 is 2 days. plus quarter. What is quarter of 24? 6, right? Roughly, I'm saying.
Right, yeah.
Because it is 2.25 nakshatras, right? One Rashi.
Yep.
So every 54 hours, one Rashi has to change. Roughly, it could be 55, it could be, 52, who knows, whatever. That will depend on the motion. So that means there is something that we are all living in a cosmic matrix which is governed by, and this is a big mistake everybody makes. Everybody thinks that the karmas are residing in the Rashi, in the grahas. No, the grahas are only classical indicators. Who is the actual controller of what destiny has unfolded? It is Kal. Time only will see. You can see a tree flowering based on the season, but can you time which day exactly the fruit will come for that particular flower that has come, or for that plant? Can you pinpoint and say this day it is happening? But if you know when the day the seed was planted, and maybe rishis saw that, and they saw when it flowers, when it comes with the first fruit, and they would have seen the cycle. So how did they learn Jyotish? Is by looking on which day the seed was planted, which day the germination happened, which day it grew, which day the flower came, and which day the first fruit was seen on that plant. And they mark that nakshatra. So there could be cycles. If human birth has to happen every 9 months, why 9 months? Why can't I have a C-section and bring the child earlier or late? Based on the whims and fancies of astrologers. Why we shouldn't? Because until the 9 avatars are complete, Kalki avatar will not come. 9 months, each month you will see the influence of each of the avatar. First month it is Matsya avatara. Second month of the child is like Kurma avatara. Third month is like Varaha avatara. Fourth month you have to listen to Narasimha avatara's mantras. That's when slowly the baby is growing some nails or something like that, because it is like lion. Fifth is like a mini grown child in the womb, human being, Vamana avatara. Sixth month it's Parusharama. That's when they say, oh, the child is kicking in my stomach. It's Ugra, like Parusharama. Seventh month it is like Sri Rama. Eighth month is like Shri Krishna.
That's when they do, no? What is that called? They have functions and all in the 7th month.
Exactly.
Samsana, I
In
think.
this,
Yeah.
why it is 7? Because Sri Rama's awakening is happening in the child.
Awakening, yeah.
So if I bring the child in the 8th month, just because some astrologer has said, that means Buddha avatara is still not manifested in the child, you're bringing it out early. How will the brain have developed? Brain develops only when it is there. It is in the incubation of the mother. So finally, what is the Kalki avatara? When the umbilical cord is cut, how the umbilical cord is cut? It is shown by the sword of Kalki. So ultimately, Kalki avatara is every child who is born is Kalki only. He is come for the future. In a way, if you think esoterically, I'm not saying real Kalki, but really the 10th, there is 10th incarnation is waiting. But we are already coming in the 9th month. After the 9 months and the 9 avatar. Only when the 9 months is over, then the child is ready to come. Don't tamper with the nature. That's why I have given prediction for people for C-section. I said, now, why should I give him Kalki avatar as upaya of C-section? I'm bringing it early tomorrow. What am I going to take the consequence? Yes, I will take it because I gave the time. I will have the consequences, but I'm not God. Let them take their own due course of time. If they have to come early, they'll come early. If they have to come late, let them
Even
come.
if you give time, something will happen.
Happen, and they will come at their destined time.
Dr.
Truly.
Bhai, these days, doctors are like, everyone in C-section, they're getting more money out of operating. So
Yeah, but first of all, it is not about whether what doctors are doing. If we also start supporting this system, we are creating chaos.
that's true, yeah.
That means we are taking cosmos and the cosmic intelligence. That means we are saying we are smarter than the cosmic intelligence, cosmic consciousness.
Right, yeah.
So let us not tamper with that. Let us leave that to the natural processes. Then some astrologers will come and debate, oh, why can't we give good karma? How can you give good karma to somebody by just giving the time of birth?
Right, right.
First,
That
who
soul is
are you to
already
give good?
decided. Who are
Who are you to?
we to give the good time and the good karma
No,
based on the time?
if we are like that, I will give good karma to myself first.
Exactly.
Right, yeah.
If I was so intelligent, why should I be doing Jyotish for? I would have bought lotteries if I know exactly what numbers
Yeah.
are going to come. That is a stupidity to say that. Anyway, this is just a thought process. Amongst all of this, whatever we are doing, not everything is remediable. The greatest remedy is acceptance and awareness. That is what we are here to learn.
The
Be
greatest
aware.
remedy is doing no remedy, I feel.
That's true, yeah.
Yes, no, but doing no remedy by knowing being fully aware what is that which is coming your way and accepting everything like a prasad of Sri Vishnu.
Right, yeah.
Which means what is prasad of Sri Vishnu? 10th house. Why it is prasad of Sri Vishnu? Second from the ninth. Ninth is your bhagya.
Right.
Second, whatever food bhagya has given you, दाने दाने पे लिखा है खाने वाले का नाम. Nobody can steal even one morsel of rice or grain from you. If somebody has stolen, kudrat, which means destiny will come and put that grain in your bowl. Don't worry about it. And if it was not meant for you, that will go to somebody who is more deserving. That was never meant for you. Don't count on your grains. Count on the blessings, how many grains have been provided for you that day. Not on what grains will come tomorrow. Only human beings store food. Do you know that? No animals, creatures store food. Of course, ants store it for the rainy day. Honeybees store it because of, they are accumulators. They are not storing it with a selfish greed, like they don't put it in the refrigerator like us. But no other birds hoard food. If a monkey is hoarding bananas in the forest, scientists will study it. Why is this monkey storing bananas and hiding it from the other? But if humans are doing it, we celebrate people like Elon Musk and other great billionaires who are amassing wealth beyond much more than what is required.
Yes, right, yeah.
So these monkeys are not being studied. But those monkeys in the wild which are storing bananas, they will be worried. Why is this monkey doing this? This is abnormal behavior for the monkey. He's starving the other monkeys by stealing the bananas and hiding it. But if humans are doing it, oh, that is success. Prosperity. Anyway, but a great session. Anything else that you guys wanted to add before we wrap up?
I think it's good actually, Dr. Pai. I think a lot of good, Exalta Jupiter is going on. We don't make a transit video, but there's a great remedy video you can do instead. Great research process also. I would recommend that. So transit video usually gets tiring also. So it's like repetitive kind of thing. At least this is a new kind of thought process. I think what Dr. Pai mentioned in terms of that the petals and chakra and Jyotish being mathematics is a very pure thing. I think that has a lot of depth in it. So I think that Jyotish definitely has to be studied like that, actually, without doubt.
Okay, I will give you one more tip. What is the birth tithi of Ganapati?
Chaturthi, no?
Chaturthi, yes, yeah.
That's why he sits on the 4-petaled
That's right.
Muladhara. What is the birth tithi of Kartikeya?
Shashti, yes. 6 petals, yeah.
6 petals, 6 face. He sits in the 6-petal chakra. He's a Kshetrapala. We really don't need too much of such things to really. It is all embedded.
Right, yeah.
Tritiya, Ma Gauri, triangle.
Right, yeah.
So sometimes these are there, these are opens, they are not even secrets, they are open, but nobody is seeing that.
So
So
Manipura is what?
anything which
10?
comes with 4,
Yeah.
anything which comes with 4 is Ganapati's domain. Anything which comes as 6 is Kartikeya, Shukra,
Yeah.
Venus's domain.
Yeah, that's correct. So Titi Graha sa Shukra for Shashti. Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
So now are you understanding? So everything is a synchronization, it's a harmonious living. You don't have to really rack your brains and go everywhere. Just find out where is the missing link. 9 is completion. So Navadurga, Navaratri, and 10 is Vijaya Dashami. Number 10 is this is your Vijay.
Pura, yes.
Manipura Chakra is your Vijay Dashami. Vijay, which means victory comes from here.
Fire, no?
It's fire, exactly. Victory comes from fire. Agni. So why can't we apply such simple logic in learning Jyotish? That's when you will not be confused. That's why I said we have to learn Katapayadi, numerical, Sankhya Shastra, numerology. You have to learn, Jyotish, bhavas, rashis. Everything is interconnected at the end of the day. It's a beautiful unfoldment. It is the art of living. Everybody teaches you art of living. Nobody has taught you art of dying.
Right, yeah.
Art of dying is also an art.
Right.
People will be furious if I say art of dying. Having a graceful exit from this world is also art. Not a miserable death where you repent the rest of your life what you have lived. It's not a prison. It is a prison for those people who feel choked here. But it's a celebration for some people. Ultimately, this is a space for celebration. Ultimately, this is the chakra, isn't it? 48, 48, 96.
Right, yeah.
This is the seat of the Guru. That's why it's called pineal gland. Pine, cones, kona, cone, pine, cone, kona. This is where it gives you stability. Ultimate stability is here. That is why this is called the seat of the Guru, right? That is why you see Indian Pandits, they keep a small stout of hair here. Why? That is the lagam, lagan.
Tough,
It's
yeah.
the reins. Do you see? Priest here, keep here. Anyway, I think we are good to wrap up unless there is something else, Aditya and Santhip, you want to add.
No energy left now.
Yeah,
I know.
for sure. Yeah, but I think this is great. I think this is a great part 2 video. So we recorded the part 1 before. So part 2 is kind of ending. So wealth remedies kind of thing. We kind of covered a lot of ground here actually with what Dr. Pai shared and I shared and what Aditya shared and all that. So yeah, thank you for everyone for watching and all that. Any questions, feel free in leaving any comments and all that. It will kind of motivate us also. We'll go through it kind of thing. I think future
And
videos. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, Aditya.
no, I wanted to thank our audience too for the response, which for that video which they gave
Yeah, I
us
think
for the
Master,
Adhik
right?
Masa.
Yeah,
Yeah, they wanted to learn more on the calendar system.
yeah.
So I never thought that I will get a response like that. But after that, I'm thinking maybe little bit going more dwelling into that. But thank you.
Yeah,
I would
we'll
like to take
probably.
Yes, Aditya, you should come again. EFG has to come and share that calendar system
I think someone
because
was
people
asking.
are curious.
Yeah, someone was
thank you.
asking about Vargas also. So I think Aditya might do that also in the future. Yeah, we might have that kind of videos in the future also. Yeah.
Workouts, yeah. It's the schedule is getting, so many things at
Yeah.
the same time. But we'll do our best. But thank you,
Yeah.
Dr. Pai, for
Great.
giving a chance to upload these
Yeah.
videos on your channel.
Why are you saying thank you? This is not my channel, it's our channel.
Thank you
Let's
for
not
the
say that.
thank you for
Yeah. Thank
everyone
you.
listening.
Yeah. Thank you,
You
Dr.
just say
Pai.
thank you for inviting me on my own channel. That's what you have to say.
Yeah, but we are still grateful, Dr. Pai. You still provide a platform, right? So that is great, So at least the
Yeah.
channel is there. So
See, somebody has to provide a platform. It was Kapil Raj who provided me a platform when nobody knew me. So
right.
this is the parampara, right?
Yeah.
So tomorrow you will have a platform, and then you can invite other people, and myself also will be happy to come. I've been telling you guys for a very long time, open a platform, open a platform. It's been more than how many years now? 10 years.
For
Yeah.
10 years.
Glad to see. Yeah. But I think,
Haven't I been saying you guys?
yeah,
No, you are
definitely.
saying from day one, open a platform.
I've
Yeah.
asked you even to write a book. You
Yeah,
have started a book. Where is the book? Tell me how
that
long it has
Jupiter,
been.
exactly Jupiter, Dr. Pai, we are using exactly Jupiter energies, right? So probably when Jupiter is in Magos, and they will probably releasing a book also. That's also one announcement. So yeah,
But
but
you started. I think both of you were writing a good nakshatra book.
yeah,
Remember?
yeah,
I know.
yeah, yeah. We
And
started.
you had completed some very
Yeah,
elaborate work has been done on that book.
yeah. We have some
Somewhere it's
pre-content.
stalled.
Yeah, it got stalled in between. I think we complete some content, initial content and all that. So we need to format it up and probably might use the help of an editor also. So then I think probably when Jupiter and Leo and all that.
Instead of doing one thing, instead of doing 27 nakshatras, release one nakshatra book that is exhaustive.
Yeah, I think we might like
27
to do that,
pieces,
Dr.
huh?
White. 27 books kind of thing might be a good thing. I think we
27 books.
already
Yes,
have, yeah, it
exactly.
might be a pretty good thing to gather all that thing. And so we might target that, Dr. White. At least your legacy can be maintained like that. I'm pretty sure about that also. Yeah, it'll be a great thing, actually. Great. So actually, thank you, everyone. So hopefully everyone gained everything. Thank you and
Yes.
namaste to everyone. Hopefully everyone has a great Jupiter exalted year ahead. Great. All the best to you all. Great.
Enjoy.
Enjoy. Yeah.